Come here. Come on. Go ahead. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Walk with Regis. Today is October 1st. Today, the weather, the highs will be in the low 60s, and the lows will be in the high 40s to low 50s. It's cold, so bust your jacket out. And on we go to the news. Come on, Regis. Jeez, where are you going? As soon as I get the camera aimed on you, you go somewhere else. Oh, he sees Caddy Bree. And he got all happy and excited to see her. Even though he just saw her a little bit ago. Alright, let's see. What do we have in the news? Let me scroll. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Why did you do that? I didn't want to do that. Alright. I guess that's as far down as I'm going to get. Oh, this is cute. Let's start our news segment off with something positive. 10-year-old girl reunited with her beloved cat after it was left behind in Ukraine. Last week, Nextstar's Kron reported the incredible international rescue effort to bring a cat to the San Francisco Bay Area from Ukraine so it could be reunited with the little girl who had to flee with her family. Are you gonna go with me, Caddy Bree? Hey, beautiful. Hi, gorgeous. She's up for adoption. Hi, beautiful. Look at this beautiful girl. Look at this gorgeous girl. You gonna play with me while we're going on our walk? Yeah. I just heard some of my friends. I've made friends with the local killdeer family. And every time I go by them, I chirp to check on them. I guess one of them saw me and started chirping. Alright, let's see what the next news story is. Come on, Regis. Floods trap many in Florida as Ian heads to South Carolina. Rescue crews piloted boats and waded through inundated streets Thursday to save thousands of Floridians trapped amid flooded homes and shattered buildings left by Hurricane Ian, which crossed into the Atlantic Ocean and churned toward South Carolina. Hours after weakening to a tropical storm while crossing the Florida peninsula, Ian regained hurricane strength Thursday evening over the Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center predicted it would hit South Carolina as a Category 1 hurricane Friday, with winds picking up to 80 miles per hour midnight near Thursday. Looks like she's going to walk with us. The devastation inflicted on Florida came into focus a day after Ian struck as a monstrous Category 4 hurricane, one of the strongest storms to ever hit the U.S. It flooded homes on both the state's coasts, cut off the only road access to a barrier island, destroyed a historic waterfront pier, and knocked out electricity to 2.67 million Florida homes and businesses, nearly a quarter of utility customers. Nope, she saw something she wants to go after. Probably a bird. 4 people were confirmed dead in Florida. They included 2 residents of the hard-hit Sanibel Island along Florida's west coast. Sanibel City Manager Danza Salza said late Thursday. 3 other people were reported killed in Cuba after the hurricane struck there on Tuesday. In Fort Myers area, homes had been ripped from their slabs and deposited among shredded wreckage. Businesses near the beach were completely razed, leaving twisted debris. Broken docks floated at odd angles besides damaged boats, and fires smoldered on lots where houses once stood. I don't know how anyone could have survived in there, William Goodison said among the wreckage. Oh, here she comes. There's the catty Bree. She's gonna walk with me. I don't know how, where he'd lived for 11 years. Goodison rode out the storm at his son's house inland. The hurricane tore through the park of about 60 homes, many of them destroyed or mangled beyond repair, including Goodison's single-wide home. Wading through waist-deep water, Goodison and his son wheeled 2 trash cans containing what little he could salvage: a portable air conditioner, some tools, and a baseball bat. The road into Fort Myers was littered with broken trees. Oh, he's pooping. Sorry, guys. Cars were left abandoned in the road, having stalled when storm surge flooded their engines. Well, at least it ain't raining. At least I don't gotta balance a phone, a leash, and an umbrella, and then try to get poop. He sniffed her butt. She moved around to look who was sniffing her butt, and she was like, "Hey." Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I weighed him, and he is 17.4. So he's still about 2 pounds away from his goal. Hopefully this final push will get him. Come on, Regis. You're just sniffing now. Hopefully he'll go down to the 15 pounds his vet says he's supposed to be. Alright, here's another news article. Buffalo man accused of selling cocaine in Bradford. A Buffalo man has been arrested for allegedly selling cocaine in Bradford. According to court filings, 41-year-old Michael Lismore allegedly sold 5 grams of cocaine to a confidential informant of the McKean County Drug Task Force on October 4th of last year. Lismore was arraigned Wednesday and remanded to McKean jail in lieu of $10,000 bail. Sorry guys, I didn't know he wasn't in the frame. Alright. 7 News spoke with numerous people from Buffalo who have homes in Florida. Officials say more than 2 million people are without power. Communities in Fort Myers, Naples, and the southwestern islands are reporting the worst of the damage. Colleen and Steve Kosinski's house on Marco Island. Colleen says there are a lot of predators lurking in those floodwaters. There's all kinds of stuff in that water. Literally, I have seen on my dock crocodile. There are gators, snakes, sharks in that water. The Buffalo couple had bought the Marco Island home 2.5 years ago and can't believe the damage Hurricane Ian left behind. Colleen says everything is floating. Cindy Pajak is also from Buffalo. She was at her condo in Naples, Florida when Ian hit. She says the first floor condos got 3 feet of water. Thankfully, she is on the second floor. Cindy says the storm surge came on quickly, and our parking lot and parking garage was full of cars, and they were floating. She says people are helping each other out as much as they can. Sue and Mark Clark evacuated before Ian hit their neighborhood in Punta Gorda. They tell 7 News, before we moved down from Buffalo, we made a pact that if a hurricane is coming, we're going, and so we left. They have friends who were in Fort Myers when Ian hit, and their homes were badly damaged. Okay, so what else is there? Buffalo man pleads guilty to 1 count of assault. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn announced Friday that a Buffalo man pleaded guilty to 1 count assault in the 2nd degree. On March 14, 2020, 30-year-old Damone Hennings knocked on the front door of an elderly man's residence on Box Avenue in Buffalo. When the man opened the door, Hennings hit the victim in the face, causing him to fall. While on the floor, Hennings hit the victim in the face multiple times before fleeing from the home. The victim was treated for a laceration above his left eye. The assault additionally left bruising and caused swelling to his face. The suspected motive for the assault is believed to be a retaliation for a domestic dispute between Hennings and a member of the victim's family. And there's actually 3 comments. One person said, "This is the most senseless act of the year." Another one said, "Really? An elderly man? Really?" And another one says, SMDH, which means shake my damn head. Oh, there's Caddy Bree. She's coming. Hurricane Ian ready to soak New York State. Weather experts believe there's growing confidence the remnants of Hurricane Ian will soak parts of New York State and Hudson Valley. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said Hurricane Ian was one of the worst hurricanes to ever hit Florida. The hurricane hit the Sunshine State on Wednesday as a Category 4 storm. Millions were left without power. Now they're calling Ian the deadliest hurricane in Florida history. Oh, quickly how they forget the other ones. The ones that forced people into their stadiums and what was that? Katrina? Looks like I have a free stuffs alert to post. You're not peeing on that. I'm going to try to give all this away. Come on. This way. I have this app called Freebie Alerts. People post stuff they're giving away and you come get it. Or you can post stuff you're giving away and they come get it. So, to try to minimize the stuff that's going to just sit out and rot on the curb and go to waste or be tossed into a landfill when it's perfectly good and could go to someone in need, I downloaded Freebie Alerts to try to help people obtain free furniture they may or may not need, or free clothes if I see it, so I'm trying to help everyone out, and every little bit counts. And the last couple times I did it, people came and got what I posted. So this app is good. See if it's available on your Google Play. If you have need of something, just put your zip code in. You don't have to sign up for an account or nothing. There's no trick. There's no free trial. They're not going to charge you. there's minimum ads, so you don't even really get bombarded with annoying frequent ads. And then once you just put your zip code in, maybe sign up with your Google, your Gmail, or your Facebook, that's it. Then you start getting alerts for people giving stuff away in your area, and you just go out and get it. Well, sometimes you have to message the person to let them know that you're on the way to get it. But most of the time, people will be just like, curb pickup only, first come, first serve, etc. Or like, they'll put their address in the description, and they will just say, here, come get it. Whoever's the first person to come get it, come get it. And it's really that simple, really that easy. And then you get what you need or give away what you don't want, and people who need it can have it. I like it. I like this app. Okay, back to the news. Grant Street building fire leaves $500,000 in damages and displaces 12. A 2-alarm fire at a mixed-use building on Grant Street occurred on Friday morning before 9:30 a.m. Fire investigators say the fire started on the 3rd floor of the mixed-use building at 83 Grant Street. Buffalo fire officials estimate damages at $500,000. The Red Cross is helping to assist 8 adults and 4 children who lived in the building. I see also a bunch of... Oh. A cygnet, or a young swan, had been brutally attacked by a dog in Newcastle's Exhibition Park. And officials say it looked like the bird had been grabbed by a dog in a nasty attack. Swans are protected by law, and the animal charity is urging dog walkers to keep their pets under control. It's a nasty attack which demonstrates the need for owners to have their dogs on leashes while they're out walking in parkland and at wildlife beauty spots. The volunteer took the bird to the vet, but sadly there was nothing that could be done. A mother swan was found at the scene who was not hurt and is being cared for before being released at a future date. It's very sad, as that mother swan and that baby had only appeared at the pond very recently. And I think that was probably her only baby. And she's going to go back to that spot looking for her baby, possibly not even understanding that it's gone. You following me still, Caddy B? There's my baby. The reason why she's up for adoption is because she's all hissy and growly at the other members of the house. I love her to death and I want to keep her. I want to try to make it work, but I think she needs to be in an only cat home, where she's the only cat who can get lavished, spoiled, and loved upon. And not in a multi-cat home, even though she's the one who brought the kittens into the house. She's the one who had the kittens, and she's the one growly and hissy at them. And us, when we pick her up to give her love, or us when we pet her to give her love. The only time she's ever not growly and hissy is when she's this, outside. And that's now more and more and more and more. So this is creating a recipe for disaster. Either someone's going to pick her up and take her, or she's going to get hit by a car, or she's going to get carried off by a predator, or just lose her way coming home. So I'd rather see her go to a home than any of the above. Alright, let's see if there's any more. Okay, so that's weird. I think I'll make this the last news story. A man's cancer vanished after he was injected with a weakened herpes virus in a promising clinical trial. New cancer therapy makes use of herpes virus to fight harmful cells. The modified virus infects cancer cells, causing them to explode while alerting the immune system. The therapy is in early trial stages but shows great promise. The drug called RP2 completely obliterated one patient's oral cancer. The 39-year-old told BBC he had cancer of the salivary glands, which continued to grow despite attempts at treatment. He was preparing for the end of his life when he learned about the experimental drug, which was available in phase 1 safety trial at the Institute of Cancer in the UK. After a short course of the drug, the patient had been cancer-free for 2 years and counting. Other patients saw their tumors shrink, although the majority did not have significant change. 3 out of 9 patients who were given the trial drug alone, and 7 of 30 who received a combined treatment, appeared to benefit from the experimental therapy. More research needs to be done to see how RP2 compares to known therapies. The drug seemed to help some patients and only caused mild side effects such as tiredness. These early results are promising, said Jonathan Zager of the Moffitt Cancer Center, who was also involved in the trial. And I'm going to go ahead and leave off there. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. And if you don't, you can hit that dislike button. Share if you guys want to, subscribe if you want to. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.